What's up, everybody? Good evening. It's your boy James back. I'm doing another live tonight, Friday Night Live, and my co-host is late, but we're definitely gonna kick this off. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I see that KB Kicks is in the building. Shout out to him. Thanks for stopping through, my guy. And then Hood Gunner 617. Appreciate you, man. Hope y'all are doing fantastic tonight. Now, just getting into just some sneaker news that we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the Air Jordan 5 Ma Maniere because that one right there is one that I know a lot of people are definitely going to want to pick up. But it's supposed to be dropping on holiday 2023 like everything else. And I feel like a broken record because every week I come on here on the live or even in the videos that I put out, and I'm basically just saying, like, how is all this stuff coming out for holiday 2023? It's like if this stuff is really coming out every week or every day for holiday 2023, we're gonna have a release like every day. Shout out to the homie Daddy Seed, man. Thanks for pulling up.
What's good, my man?
Not much, man. How are you?
Good, real good. It's Friday night.
Yeah, man. You going after them fours tomorrow?
Uh, Tomorrow?
Yeah, the crafts.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
That's
man.
gonna be an issue, man.
They've been on my list. I know. I'm hoping it all works out, man. And I took it lazy. I didn't do any raffles. I didn't. I wasn't going any extra mile. So
Yeah,
I'm just depending on sneakers to come through tomorrow.
it's gonna be tough, man. I think that one's gonna be. I think that's gonna be tougher than the Seafoams, and
Yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
sold
Yeah.
out. That's sold out super quick.
I know. Yeah, I think you're right, man. And because it's like you said before, man, it's like one of the the fours haven't dropped hard this year, so everybody been waiting. The drought, it's kind of been real.
I thought that some of those Seafoams would sit for a little bit, like the smaller sizes, like the very, very small sizes.
Yeah,
Nope,
yeah, yeah,
nope,
yeah.
nope.
Everything scooped up. Right, we didn't get any extended sizes, so I think people just scooped up whatever was out there. I know a lot of dudes picked it up for for their kids, for their wives. I think
Yeah,
everybody, man, just been hungry for a new colorway, man, new pair.
yeah. But it was clean. It was clean. I
Yeah.
didn't need it, and my girl originally said she wanted it, but then that morning she's like, "Nah, that's all right." You know what I mean? I don't really want them. I was like, "All right, well, I probably wasn't gonna get them anyways." But these craft fours though, man, I think there's gonna be some upset people in the morning because
Yeah.
that's like the first like real like decent release so far this year. Now I know we saw some other
Right.
things that were kind of cool here and there, but like for the most
Yeah.
part, it was just
Right.
a lot of stuff that we didn't need. But this one's gonna be tough, man. I think.
Yeah. We know how the fours have been going, man. So, like we said, aside from the sea foams, I think all the bigger sizes, people been hungry. And these just they're different, man. I love it. I love
Yeah,
the suede, the way they mixed up the suedes, and there's no cage on there. They're doing a whole different layout on these. So
yeah, it's definitely different. Like, and I said this in my video today. Like, I feel like it's not for everyone. Like, I don't
yeah.
think everyone loves it, but everyone's gonna
Right.
try to cop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
like one of those type of releases. But
Right.
yeah, I think it's gonna be tough. Hey, before we get any further, go ahead and shout out your channel and your Instagram.
Yeah, man, for sure. Check out on YouTube. The channel is just Daddy Seed, and on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Real Daddy Seed. So real easy.
Definitely go check my man out.
Yeah, check me out. I do me and my son, man, we do things on our channel. So it's kind of like that old school and a newer school perspective. I'm a older sneakerhead and he's 16. So, we have fun.
Definitely dope content. Definitely check them out.
Thanks, bro.
Um,
Appreciate it.
yeah, no, for sure. Now I know that we just recently got some news about the Air Jordan 5 Alma Maniere, and I know that you're a huge Alma Maniere guy.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I want to know basically how you feel about it. Now
Thoughts?
I know that what we're seeing as far as
Yeah, the
these these,
images.
these are just mock-ups, so
Right, right.
probably may or may not look something like this, but
Yeah.
um if they're similar, right? Like if we're gonna
Hmm.
get like a sail colorway and then like a black colorway,
Right.
which one out of this one?
Yeah,
Which one do you
absolutely.
think you like the most?
I would definitely go for the black, man. A black five is it's just dope, man. I mean the metallic's probably my number one five of all time.
Right.
The old school joints. But yeah, I mean this will be, I'm sure they'll lux it out. It'll be like the Louis Vuitton Air Jordan 5 that we haven't seen yet. So but yeah, that darker colorway, man, I'm sure it's gonna be dope.
I actually like more of the sale one, and
Yeah,
I'm not the biggest five guy, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Yo, I love fives, they're dope." Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
It's like take it or leave it. There's some fives that I really love though. You
Right,
know,
right.
um,
I
I
agree.
I just always kind of feel like they're just like kind of bulky on my feet, like especially up at the like the
Around the
ankle
collar,
collar.
the
Yeah,
ankle, yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah. It's just
puffy, the
yeah,
puff, those
yeah.
things.
I'm not, and
Yeah.
that's the one thing I liked about the Khaled's is they slim those down.
Hmm.
But on
Agreed.
these, if they do something similar to that and kinda slim them down a bit, man, I'd be all in on something like this.
Yep.
Obviously, they're gonna probably be a little bit different than this or whatever. They
Yeah.
always get the
Yeah.
all moment year mock-ups, like, way wrong,
Yeah.
so
Right. Hopefully not so much like they did the fours, because that was like two different worlds.
right, but, um,
We'll
I would
see.
probably go for more of the sail colorway on this one just because
Yeah.
if it is a black and like I said, we don't know what it's really gonna look like, but,
Right. Right.
um,
Right.
there's a lot of black Air
Yeah.
Jordan 5s, you know what I mean?
It's
So
true. That's
in order to
true.
make it pop a little bit
Yeah.
more, make it more unique for my collection, I'd go for the
Right.
sale.
Yeah. You got the Oreos, moonlights or whatever, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're right. It has
Yeah,
been
so, I
black.
mean and then, there's a lot of other black ones too,
Right.
that are similar to that.
Yeah. I mean, they just gave us the aquas that I don't
Yeah,
know who bought those, but
no one.
right,
No one. No offense to the 5 people out here, but,
right. And
yeah,
I
that
like fives, but I don't love, like you said, I don't love, so many different colorways. I like the OGs and then some special ones here and there. I do like those UNC ones though. That's coming out.
do you oh, dude, those are a must. Those are a
Yeah,
must. Those are a
yeah.
must.
Those are
Um,
the
I think those are gonna be and that's we're what, 3 weeks away from seeing that?
right. Yeah, 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 yeah. So that'll
Th
be a
tho
dope.
those are definitely ones that I'm definitely gonna try, but I think that a lot of these, like, kinda really hype nah, I don't even say really hype, but, like, really nice looking colorways that are coming out, like, we
Hmm.
is somebody that's, just like a big sneakerhead, somebody that's really into the sneakers, like, we can kinda look at the release calendar and be like, "Oh,
Oh yeah,
them,
just checking the box. Yep,
them,"
exactly.
and that's one of them, right?
Yeah,
So, like, that's gonna be one that's definitely gonna be a must cop,
definitely.
and I don't necessarily think that's gonna be easy either, but March has been
Yeah,
crazy, dude,
I
crazy.
know. You're right. I'm mad though, man. We didn't get like the JD finish line, for the seafoam. I mean, for the for these
Crafts.
fours, man. Yeah, for the crafts.
I think it was Homegrown that was telling me that the only, flex stores that got him was, like, a Foot Locker in, like, California had a few pairs,
That
like
always gets some.
yeah,
You
yeah,
always
that
see
one in
that
Hollywood.
California. Yeah,
Mhm. But they
crazy.
ain't been getting nothing, man, like, I made that video about it because
Yeah.
I was talking to this dude and, like, we kind of become friends. He actually works for the same company that I work, but he still works there
Okay.
part-time, so I was, like, helping him do something the one day, and we just started talking about sneakers, like, "Oh, yeah, I work at, the store he works at,"
Right.
and,
Start picking you like me pick your brain a
I
little
was
bit.
like, "Bro, like, what's going on?" And he was just telling me, he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "3 years ago," because he's worked there for, like, 5 years. He's like,
Oh
"3 years
wow.
ago, we would get, like, 40, 50, 80 pairs, 100 pairs
Wow.
sometimes." He's like, "We're getting 12. Sometimes we get 15, but we're basically just getting, like, 12 pairs for
Wow.
every release." And he's
Wow.
like,
That's crazy.
the managers each get theirs, so they have 3, they have, GM,
Right.
assistant, and, like, a shift manager or whatever, so
Yeah.
he's like, "And we got 9 pairs."
Damn.
And, so it's like
That's crazy.
that's in my city in Pittsburgh, right? So
Yeah.
that's in a major mall,
Right.
and that's
Right.
all they're
Right.
getting, man, like, it's just crazy to me, so, yeah,
Yeah.
I gave up on Foot Locker and stuff, like, a while ago, man, like
Yeah. I enter on flex, but I haven't hit. Only thing I've hit in recent times, I did hit on the fire red threes, but I'd already got a pair from Finish Line. So of course, flex was a one W I got. I was like, I let them go. I didn't need them. Didn't want to double up on them, so I just let it go.
yeah, that was one that I wanted to double up on, and then every time they restocked, I either just kinda missed it or even
Yeah.
the one time I was like, "Do I really need another one?" And,
Yep.
like they just kept restocking. So I was like, and then they were basically just going for like couple bucks over retail. So I'm like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I can always follow it back. But that's a really dude, the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red, like I don't think
yeah.
that sneaker got the love that it really truly deserved.
You're right, man. I love it. It's right here. I love it, man. I still haven't worn it yet. It's still DS, but they're gonna get worn soon. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's a
it's
beautiful
just a
shoe.
very nice OG colorway, man, and, that one
Yeah,
was the only one that hadn't really retroed properly, like, didn't have the
right.
Nike Air on the back,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
even, like, the
yeah.
other ones, the
Right.
the elephant print was off and stuff like that, but,
Yeah,
like,
the
this
thin
one
elephant print and that like the thin toe box, the way they, the cut on there.
yeah,
It's like, man, this is a great shoe, man. Well done.
for
We should
sure.
see that same cut on the next month. The Reimagined 3, man.
I need
I
them,
can't
bro.
wait. I
I
can't
need
wait.
them.
Me too, man. I'm like all my everything crossed.
That's gonna be another tough one, man, like,
Yeah,
I know, like, I ain't saying it's gonna be lost and found crazy, but
right. It's gonna be
every
up there.
everybody's gonna be upset, like, that
Yeah,
one's gonna be tough to cop for sure, for
right.
retail for
Yeah,
retail,
exactly.
and,
Exactly.
a lot of people even passing on everything this month
Just waiting.
because they know they're probably gonna have to pay resale next month for that, and then you got the
Yeah.
UNC 5s and,
Yep.
a bunch of other things that are coming out.
What do you think about those 85s, man? The black and white.
I love them, bro, I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
cop them. A lot
Yeah.
of people were kinda saying that the materials are trash,
Yeah. Well, I
but
mean,
they're they're not it's not
OG.
necessarily trash, those have a thicker cut,
Right. Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
they're not panda trash, like
Right.
the you know what I mean? But,
No,
like
right. The pleather is not that, but that whatever. They definitely blended some plastic and somewhere on top of that leather or doing something, man, on those pandas.
yeah,
And they just,
so and those come out on Tuesday. I'm actually
yeah,
off that day, so I'm gonna be all in. I want actually, man, and like I'm a 4 guy, but I actually want those more
more than the
than these
crafts.
crafts.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna try to cop the crafts tomorrow, but like if it don't happen, like
Right. I
there's
got
so
you.
many other Jordan 4s coming out this year that I
Yeah.
actually are, probably more of a
Right.
must cop for me.
Yeah.
Not that these
I
ain't
agree.
nice.
Yeah. No, no, they're nice. You're right. I mean, if I don't hit tomorrow, I'm not like, I'm not gonna be mad about it. It's just like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely be nice for the collection, but like,
Right.
people are if you go look at like StockX and Goat and stuff like that, people are buying them already because they just know,
Right.
so they're paying resale. Now the only problem with that is that a lot of times like those resellers they'll put them up there, and let's
Mhm.
say like you agree, let's just say $300,
Right.
but then it drops or whatever, and then
Mhm.
like the prices are 330. They're not shipping the shoe, so it's
Right.
like I see what you was trying to do, but like they're just not going to ship it, and that's
Right.
happened to me a couple of
Really.
times. The last
Really.
time it happened was I tried to sneak in and grab those, military black fours before they dropped,
Hmm. Okay.
and I think I wanna say it was, like, 320 or
Okay.
something was, like, the price that I paid, and it was, like, 2 weeks before the drop, and I was like, "320? That's not
That's
bad."
not terrible. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew what that shoe was gonna do, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then,
Right.
but yeah, they never shipped it, and, like, I ended up catching a retail 2 3 retail Ws, so I was
On
like,
that on the restocks, probably, right?
well, on the actual release, I
Okay.
hit I hit and my boss hit for me,
Okay.
and then I grabbed a restock, I think it was, like, a couple months later, it was, like, on
Yeah.
sneakers, and,
Right.
they let me get 3 pairs. I was like, "Alright." You know what I mean? But
I'll take it.
you know how much I love that shoe, like,
Yeah, I know you love it, man. That's
I love
definitely a
those
good
military
good job.
blacks, man.
I do. I mean, it's a dope shoe, man. I mean, the color way is perfect. The suede on is perfect with the leather. Yeah, it's a beautiful shoe.
I'm a sucker for, like, black and white colorways because like, they just don't drop that many of them.
Yeah,
So,
and
like, every time, like, they come out, I'm like
grab.
but,
They're easy to rock, easy to wear.
but these 85 highs though, if you look back, man, like, they're, always really limited.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
I
every
think
single
the
one.
I think the Georgetowns last year had 10,000 pairs or something like that.
Yeah, it was low.
So, I kind of expect the same kinda thing out of this one. I kinda feel like they're
Yeah.
gonna be more on the limited side, they're gonna be tough to get.
Hmm.
I just really like them. I think that they're dope.
Yeah, they are dope. I'm still mad. I wasn't able to cop any of the 85s yet.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get any of them either. I tried
Hmm.
for the neutral grays, I tried for the,
Hmm. The reverse bread, the black and red.
yeah, yep,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those, Then there was the Georgetowns.
Yeah, I was all over the Georgetowns and nothing. I mean,
Those are so clean.
I was
Those
in
are
a
so
few
clean.
raffles, sneakers,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, and then we got the high 85s dropping on Tuesday.
Yeah,
But man, like what you really how you really feel about holiday 2023? Like, do you actually believe all these sneakers are coming out, bro? Like,
bro. If they going to, if all those drop in holiday 2023, it's gonna be like every day from, I don't know what's holiday. I mean, I guess end of October. What were we
I
like?
would say all of November, all of
Definitely.
December.
Yeah. So it's like every week, man, we're just gonna have like 10 like hype pairs. Cause it's not like, that's not accounting for some GR regular ones and
Yeah.
whatever, and all the dunks that are coming, but everything hype, man. And I'm like, everything, Kobe's, I'm a Maniere. I mean, what? I'm a Maniere 12s, fives, everything, man.
Well, I think the Alma Maniere 12s are dropping next month.
Is it next month? Are they this early?
I think it's March. Yeah,
Okay,
because
I was thinking that
those
was a holiday drop too. My
those
bad.
because those got pushed back from 2022. They were supposed to drop for holiday, and then they pushed them to
Okay,
March,
okay.
which I'm sure some of bro, unless they're dropping a sneaker every day for 2.5 months.
Right, right.
I
No,
I
you're
I
right. You're
mean,
right. You're right. I'm mixing them up because it's the cherry 12s that they said will come in holiday season, right?
right. Yeah, and
That's
those
what it
are a
is.
must cop. Those are a
Yeah,
must cop.
right. But it's so
But
much.
it's like, man, I'm like, I get like notifications and they're like, my feed or whatever, and it's like every
Hmm.
4 hours, like holiday 2023,
Another one.
bow.
Yeah, another one.
And they're dropping a couple Air Jordan 2s too, so I ain't worried about those days. But like, but,
Right.
if anything's gonna get pushed back, it would be like stuff we
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
Kobe's or something like that. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
But
Yep. So
I
yeah,
just I,
man.
I just don't understand like why is everything scheduled to come out holiday 2023?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean
what about the other
everything.
months? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What's happening
It
in the summertime, the
Yeah,
fall. I don't
and
even know what's happening like late spring, man. It's like we've been shifted all the way to December.
it's making me not wanna cop anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I might
I
as well
think
wait.
I don't know if they realize this, man, but it's like turning a lot of people into like the most selective people in the world.
Right.
Because like I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to save up for that, and then like
Yeah.
we're looking at a sneaker like like those Jordan 1, the
Yeah.
Detroit line colorway. It's like no,
Right.
no, because you're
Yeah.
trying to no, I gotta save up
Yep.
money for that.
Yeah. They do have those. That's the ones that I like that are coming. Was it the washed heritage or washed gray?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just
Those
saw
boys
them.
are, yeah,
I
those
just
are
saw
dope.
pictures of them today.
Yeah, they are dope, man. And that's what we
Yeah,
need. If they're gonna drop ones, man, give us some dope colorways. Not, I don't know. I'm not big on the Laneys and some of the other
yeah.
stuff.
Those Laneys, though, I'm hearing that there's a lot of like the materials are nice, but I
Yeah, they
I
look
I don't need them.
humble. Right. Exactly.
Shout out to the co-host, Homegrown Kicks up on the channel.
Homegrown, what's good, buddy?
Man, what's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm usually 2 minutes behind, but never this far behind, so it had to be a lady's fault.
It
Shout out,
happens, man.
shout out to Mrs. Homegrown for that. But no, man, like so it's like the more that comes out, the more it's like, bro, do I need these seafoam fours? I like fours, but like,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's like, do I need them? Like, I don't. So it's like I'm a pass for now.
Yep.
I'm gonna go after the things that I want. So, and I think a lot of people are kind of just being more selective.
Yeah.
I'm pushing that narrative in almost every
Yeah,
video.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I
You
mean?
gotta
It's
be.
like you don't need them. If you're on the fence, you're not really sure.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Save your money because the rest of the year is getting crazy. Like and that's just how.
Chock full, man. I mean, I got kids. I'm gonna have to sell one of my kids, man, or something.
Or an organ or something like that,
Yeah.
like a kidney.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I got to get them some. I can't just get 35 pairs of kicks in the holiday season. Like they like, Daddy, what about Christmas?
Yeah, yeah.
What
What
about
about the
that?
PlayStation games and the
Yeah, exactly.
jerseys and stuff? But
Crazy.
no, I mean, homegrown. Man, what you eating, bro? Is this why you late? You're like the dude that shows up to work late with a Dunkin' Donuts coffee in your hand.
That's it. It's that guy.
it's
He
like
said
some kind of mozzarella sandwich from Wendy's.
Oh yeah.
mozzarella
It's like a,
sandwich.
it's like a chicken patty,
Okay.
mozzarella patty on top of the chicken patty, Man, it's good.
Like
It's
Italian
that time
style, like tomato sauce on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Super.
Man,
What's
this is the
up?
first time I've had it. It's hitting. Yeah.
Looks
Nice.
good. Shout out
Yeah.
to Super, man. Fist bump.
What's good, buddy?
Straight paper chaser. I got the text today that I won the crafts at DTLR. They have been clutch lately. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty good. KB Kicks loves DTLR, man.
Yeah, I had a buddy hit on him earlier. He sent me a text. I'm like, man, you couldn't,
Oh snap! I forgot
get
to
the
check my
level.
DTLR, but DTLR app never works enough to.
Yeah, I've had that issue too. Same.
KB said DTLR in store super clutch. 2 lost and founds, black canvas 4s, and a few other drops last year.
Wow.
The lost and founds is impressive. There you go,
Yeah.
eating Nicky Poo.
There you go.
Like sometimes he eases into it. Like, we're 20 minutes, 30 minutes in, and he be grubbing.
Yeah.
He come on late and he's eating. He premiered. He didn't even say what's up. He was just sitting there eating for like 2 minutes. Didn't even say nothing. But I know Homegrown wants those crafts.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
man. I don't know. There was something about them that, like, when I first saw them, I knew I wanted them.
Yeah, same.
Like when I saw mock-ups, I knew I wanted those.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think maybe like last week, I noticed that it doesn't have a cage on it, and
Right.
I was a little bit, I was a little bit thrown off, and I had to pull back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the longer I've seen it without the cage, it has that like simulated
Right. It's like pressed on
suede
suede.
cage.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm good with that. I'm good.
I said the same.
You were saying that it gave you like the Ma Maniere vibes. You still feel like that?
Like I'm on my year 4.
Yeah, you said it gave you vibes like when we were originally looking at it. He was like, "Yo, it kind of looks like it." If they put I think you said like if they would have put Ma Maniere on it, like if it was
It
like
could
the
be
collab
that.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
I could see that
Yeah.
because it has more like a handcrafted kind of luxury look to it. Doesn't look like your regular, like the seaphones, just the standard color block and standard
Yeah.
materials.
Hey, I think that's what it was with the seafoams. Like the color is nice. I'd be lying if I didn't say the colorway is a nice colorway.
Yeah.
But I think it almost feels standard.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like the fire reds, right? With the green instead of red.
Like it almost seems basic. I don't know. Like, and I don't want to call it basic because that would be discrediting the shoe. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't enough to where I say I want to get this shoe.
I got you.
They're not bad, man.
There you go. Ooh, I like the bottoms on those too.
Yeah, I like
she got
the
a
accents,
nice bottom.
Man. I guess that color is that the photon dust, like that yellowish vintage kind of color on it, age like situation.
Yeah. I'm not exactly
got a nice
sure.
Bottom on her.
I thought the photon dust was like the gray.
Is
but
it?
I thought so. But maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
It's not a bad looking sneaker, man.
Nah, it's fresh.
It's definitely clean. And then you got the suede around the front toe box like you had on like the military blacks.
Right.
That better be like some good material.
I kind of feel like it's going to be exactly like the military blacks.
Right.
Which isn't terrible, but it ain't great.
Right. Yeah, it won't be like a nice tumble leather or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But
who y'all got in the Super Bowl?
Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm going for the Eagles, man. I'm gonna go Eagles only because I think Mahomes is not gonna be 100%.
Right.
So like, are you rooting for the Eagles or do you think the Eagles win?
I think they'll win. I'm not rooting for anybody.
Okay.
Right.
Because it's different. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I root for the Joker. I root for the Joker in the Batman movies, but I know he ain't gonna win. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Because I know the Eagles are like Pittsburgh's rivals.
No, we're not rivals. They're in a different conference.
NFC.
But I know a lot of
They-
Pittsburgh
they-
fans don't like Eagles. The Eagles fan.
There was actually a season back in the day. I think it was during World War II, or it might have been after that, where the Steelers and I have to look it up for the exact year, but it was like back in the day, and I guess because of like the war or whatever, maybe it was Vietnam. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but the Eagles and the Steelers actually combined to make one team, and they called it the Steagles.
Ew.
Did they for real?
I'm 100% like
That's
Ew.
funny.
I can't remember the year, but yeah, no, like no,
Yeah.
we combined to make one team.
Wow.
Yeah,
How did that work out?
I wasn't alive back then, so.
They just wanted to keep the game alive, I guess.
Yeah, but it was only for like one season. I want to say, man, I could look it up, but yeah, it was like back in the day because the Steelers became a franchise in 1933. That's when the Rooneys. That's when the Steelers were established because every team in Pittsburgh at one time, our hockey team, our baseball team, our football team, at one time or another in history was called the Pirates.
Mm.
And
Steelers franchise is old.
Yeah, so in 1933, Art Rooney won the Steelers in I think it was like a poker game or something like that for $2,500. It was something crazy like that, dude. And but yeah, no, I think I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. Like the only thing that's kind of giving me any kind of inclination that the Eagles are gonna win this Super Bowl is that point spread.
I haven't even seen the spread.
So yesterday it was like 2.5. Favoring the Eagles.
Okay.
Today it's 1.5.
Okay.
But I think the Chiefs are going to win it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't count Mahomes out, man. Period.
That dude's a beast.
Right.
He is.
But I think one of his receivers is injured.
Mecole Hardman, but he's been injured.
But it's worse. Like he injured himself worse in the
Oh no, he's not going to play. He's out.
Okay.
He's out.
And then I know Kelsey is dealing with something too, isn't he?
I heard today a rumor. I didn't look
good.
it up or anything because I've been busy and I was at work and stuff. But I think it was my boss because my boss is a huge Eagle fan, huge, and she was telling me that I guess the whole Kansas City team is sick right now.
Oh, really?
Somehow, some way. I don't know. So I don't know where she heard that or whatever, but I'm gonna go Chiefs. I'm gonna say 27-24 Chiefs.
Okay.
So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it though, man.
I'll give that to you. I think it'll be a little bit closer, but I'll give it the other way. The Eagles over the Chiefs.
Eagles.
I'd say 24-20.
Yeah. I mean, I won't be mad either way. I just feel like
right.
I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is on another level right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, but injured Patrick Mahomes is still better than 90%
everybody else
of quarterbacks in the league, right? Exactly.
And when I was
Hurts, he on fire right now.
Bro, like if we're keeping it 100, right? The Eagles had the softest walk into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 49ers literally didn't have a quarterback on their roster, so that they you know what I mean? I would like to see that game replayed with anybody that can actually throw the ball.
Right.
It was just and then he only threw for 122 yards.
But his defense was stifling though.
But Jalen Hurts is a good player, man. Like if he wins, that'd be dope because he got benched for Tua in college.
Yeah.
And he was nothing but a straight great friend, great teammate. He's like, I hope he does well, and you know what I mean. He had some adversity and stuff like that.
When you can pass for only 170 something, anything under 200 yards,
right,
and still win a game, it's because your defense put foots in them. That defense put foots in that offense because even without a quarterback, even without a quarterback, even a fairly decent quarterback can get you yardage, and they got Christian McCaffrey. That dude went bananas I mean, it was like I thought Christian McCaffrey was done. I thought it was it for him
Same.
down
Yeah.
in Carolina. He got
Yep.
to Stanford. He got to the Bay Area, breathed in that fresh air. That fresh air rejuvenated his knees
Right.
and his calves and his thighs, and he took off 200 something yards.
Yeah, he went nuts. You're right.
What, it was 223 or something like that? Like it was some crazy number.
Yeah, he got it back.
Now
man.
that's a good transition into the next thing that I want to talk about with y'all, man. Is during the Super Bowl they're going to be showing an ad for a movie called Air, which stars Ben Affleck and Matt Damon,
Yep.
which is essentially the founder of Nike. What's it, Phil Knight, right?
Phil Knight. Yeah.
Yep.
Phil Knight and
Bob
I forget the
Bowerman.
other. Right, and
Yeah.
where the whole movie is based on their pursuit of signing Michael Jordan and
Right.
basically trying to save Nike, because in those days they weren't really as popular
Right.
or doing as well, or they didn't have like no staple. Like this is before Jordan, right? Like trying to get him
Yep.
from college. So that's what the whole movie
Right.
centers around.
Yeah.
So Amazon pretty much funded this whole movie and whatnot. And it's going to drop in theaters and it's going to go to Amazon Prime. But we're going to be seeing an ad and probably a trailer, an extended trailer in the Super Bowl this Sunday for this movie. And the thing that makes it interesting to me is that I think the movie's actually going to be good. I just have that feeling that it's going to be one of those movies that like is just really good for some reason. And back when The Last Dance dropped, it was during COVID. Everybody was at home. It was this big, monumental, following Jordan from the beginning, but mostly centered around like the 98 season.
Right.
But as you all know, when that Last Dance came out, everything skyrocketed. Like, I believe that the prices of sneakers when this movie comes out, especially for something like the Lost and Founds, the Chicago one, is going to go up. And, if it's anything like that, man, like these movies do kind of have some hype and it starts to, build up, especially because everybody's going to be able to see it who has Amazon Prime. That like they won't have to go to the movie theater to watch it. Like you'll be able to watch it at the house or get somebody's login or whatever and watch this movie. So, I just kind of want to see like how you guys feel about that. And do you think like it's supposed to drop? I believe it's like April 24th or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it? What have you heard? And you think the prices of some of these Jordans are going to be going back up?
That's a good call. I mean, The Last Dance was, I don't know, I think that was a phenomenon. It was like a perfect storm. Everybody was home, couldn't go anywhere. You wasn't spending no money. Then all of this stuff happened, COVID's going on. And then The Last Dance just, I don't know, people just brought all the new sneakerheads to the front of the line, and the resale, everything started going crazy. But I don't know. I don't know what this movie, I don't know. I don't know if it can get any, like, sneakers has already been at this height. Like, is there like another, I mean, I know it's supposedly it took a dip. Is that going to bring it back? That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I truly don't know, because I don't think you're going to get the showcase. I guess you'll get the one, it'll be like the focus of the movie, of course, and they're designing that and bringing that to the forefront somewhere. But I don't know. I don't know, man. What y'all thinking?
Here's what I think is going to happen. Because Amazon Prime is a completely different audience.
Yeah.
It's completely different than your Netflix audience, your Hulu audience, things like that. On top of that, it's a movie that's going to be in movie theaters. So it's going to pique the interest of everybody, young and old, and as well from a different aspect than what might normally pay attention to that. And with movies like that, brings curiosity.
That's a good point.
And like the first highlight, or one of the highlights in the previews, because I saw the previews on Instagram. They had like I think 3 or 4 different previews, but one of the highlights that they show from one of the previews is Michael Jordan. He's not necessarily Michael Jordan, but you make the assumption that it's Michael Jordan holding a pair of Air Jordan 1 Chicago's, the very first Jordan 1. So, I mean, and hopefully they're going to like kind of chronologically go through the order of a certain number of shoes. More, I'm hoping they get to the 3 because the 3 is a big shoe in the history of Jordan. And a movie's got to have a bit of controversy and impact in order to, grab people's attention. So I think, I honestly think that you're going to see a rise in price in Jordan 1s, possibly 3s if they go in the direction that I think they're going in, which might be why they're dropping these reimagined 3s, like all of these 3s that have been coming out within the last couple of months. You might see a spike in 4s, but like I said, it just depends on how far down his timeline they actually go.
I'm kind of interested to see how far they go into it too, because the way that I understand it, it's while this is Michael, while he's in college.
Right.
And so I guess, where did he want to sign? Was it Adidas?
Adidas. He was going to sign with Adidas before.
Yeah, right. So, and this is like their pursuit of him while he's a college player.
Because
so I don't even know if we're going to get past the Jordan 1.
Right. I think
his parents wanted him to sign with Adidas because Adidas had other black athletes, like other top tier black athletes. And I can't remember what happened, why he didn't sign with Adidas. And he just forewent his parents' advice and signed with Nike. But
yeah, I can't remember the story. But yeah, I feel like, I don't think it goes beyond like the signing. I think that might be the climax. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they might throw in like some B-roll of him like playing in his career or something like that. It may be different. You'll see different kicks, because even though the movie's centered around, basically their relationship with Michael Jordan starting from the beginning, I think that's basically going to be the main plot. They're not going to be talking about the Jordan 11 in this movie. I don't think.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to center around 83 or something like that.
Right.
Didn't the Jordan 1 come? The Jordan 1 came after his signing.
Yep, because he played in the airship first.
Right.
Then they
only showed him concept designs of the Jordan 1.
Right.
And then I think they said, well, because Tinker didn't do the 1, but
no, Peter Moore did the 1.
Right.
I believe he also did the 2, but then
he did the 2. He did the 1 and the 2. Jordan hated the 2.
Right. And then Peter Moore left Nike to go start Sports Illustrated.
And then Tinker did the 3, which kept Jordan at Nike.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I remember correctly, they said that they had to come up with something at the very last minute and show him something. Otherwise, they were going to lose him.
Right. Yeah, he was gonna jump ship after, because he much like James, he was not a fan of the Air Jordan 2. You know what I'm saying? He was not a fan. So he was gonna about to bounce on him, and then Tinker came up with the Air Jordan 3, which is a very dope design. And the thing that was different about Tinker Hatfield was he actually worked with Michael. Like a lot of the silhouettes and everything, like they have parts of Jordan's personality.
Right.
And then
he had to get to know Jordan personally.
Right. And then that's why you have, Jordan was looking for more of like a breathable sneaker. That's why you see like the vents on the 4s and the 5s and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because actually Michael Jordan had an athlete's foot problem. So he was trying to figure out different ways to get different ventilation in there to help him out.
Right.
So there's a lot of reasons why some of the things that we actually think are dope or were actually put in place, which is actually very interesting.
Right.
But
I don't know. The funny thing is with basketball shoes now, people forget that Jordans from the 1 all the way to 37 are basketball shoes. They're not casual shoes. Like
Right.
People forget because they were collectors, but at the time, each Jordan from the 1 to the 37 was top tier technology.
Yeah. Yep.
It was innovative technology.
I don't know how he balled out in some of these sneakers though. I
Yeah.
really don't know how he did it. That just adds this mystique, man, that he was able to do what he did wearing the kind of
Yeah.
shoes that he was.
Right.
Because I wear some ones out, and I walk around the mall for 2 hours, bruh.
Your feet, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and he's,
Right.
and we saw it in The Last Dance when he wore the Chicago's at Madison Square
Yep.
Garden for the last time as a member of the Bulls, and his feet were bloody, dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't imagine balling in probably anything before the 5s because they have like the most cushion, just comfort.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I love 4s, I wouldn't want to play ball in them.
But he's winning slam dunk championships, and
Yeah.
he's, you know what I mean? People forget, like, even before Michael won a championship, he was basically just a scorer. His game evolved.
He was all the Bulls.
Right, but like, when he was young, he was just like an assassin, dude. He was like he was like a young Kobe because we watched Kobe do it.
Yeah.
But Jordan, he would go out there and get 60 points every game.
They
would lose. They would lose because he was all they had.
Exactly.
Like he was unstoppable.
Yep.
And some of these sneakers, I don't know how he did it. Like,
you're right, man. That's a good point.
But I really do think, like, especially them lost and founds might see a jump in price.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, the interest, like you said, the new audience, new eyeballs.
So my advice,
they look at that shoe and they be like, "That's a pretty nice shoe. What is that?"
Yeah.
And then other people around them, "Oh, that's what Jordan won in Chicago."
Yeah.
You know what? I can get it.
Yeah.
Well, try this place.
GOAT 500. So I can definitely see. I definitely can at least see that one because not only is that like the marquee Air Jordan one colorway, but that just recently came out too.
Yeah,
and people are still waiting on that restock.
Right. The hype is still fresh.
You think anything's going to shock drop for All-Star Weekend? Like maybe?
Oh, absolutely.
They're definitely doing something.
Absolutely.
You think it's going to be Lost and Founds?
Well, hey, I just told you the story out in Maryland is getting a small supply of Lost and Founds. Yeah, they might.
Oh yeah,
they might.
In Maryland. That's where I'm at. I got to figure out where that's at.
It's a Foot Locker.
Yeah,
3 pairs. Good luck.
3 pairs. Right. People in line right now.
The managers took 2 of them. There's 1 on the app.
And that's getting backdoored as we speak. I'm sure they will. Did you see that stash they did earlier today? Was it Delaney's?
Delaney ones?
Yeah. In Phoenix. That was random as all get out.
The lazy eye ones, because that's what I get every time I look at them, a lazy eye.
I got the notification like an hour before that they were going to do something, but it didn't say what.
Something was coming at like 5.
I was watching, and it was the Laney ones. I was like, all right, I'm
never mind.
Yeah, never mind. I'm cool. I still haven't copped a sneaker yet in 2023.
Wow, still nothing.
No, I mean I tried for that the shock drops and the. I did get into the undefeated raffle for the Travis Scott Black Phantoms. I was like one of the few people that got into the raffle, but they sent me an email at like 2 a.m. this morning that said that I wasn't selected, which I'm not shocked at or anything. But
yeah, I got in too, and got the same email.
Oh, Nikki Pooh said, "Remember the Metaverse Chicago ones are coming out too."
The Spider-Man joints.
Oh my gosh. Let's not remember that.
Yeah. I'm torn on those now. Like I hated them at first when I first saw them. Then as I like see the movie, the trailers and, just knowing what that movie is about, they kind of growing on me a little bit. I mean, they're nothing like the ones, but the first origin stories, but
I'm not a fan. I'm not saying that like if they drop on the sneakers app, I won't try to go for them. I'm not going to be that guy because like, I like runs, but like I won't really necessarily like.
They have better photos of them now. I think I've seen like
a lot of in hand, videos and everything. But
them
they
Spider-Man
like
joints,
what you remember.
those Spider-Man joints are always tough to get, and they always go up in value.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know about this one,
There
man.
is a Spider-Man Jordan that nobody remembers before the Miles Morales Jordan ones came out,
Mm.
and they haven't gone up in value.
Were they mids?
You're ever sneaker guy?
Not that I can remember.
Spider-Man Black Toe Mid.
Right.
Shout out
That's
to
how
your
they
average
do it,
sneaker
man.
guy.
That's what they do.
But
Fellas, I got a great jump, man, but
all right,
it's
bro.
been real hanging, man.
All right, my guy.
All
Man,
right, I'll
thank you.
check back in later.
Go
All right.
check out my guy Daddy Seed on Instagram and YouTube.
Yes, sir. All right, fellas.
Peace. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about them. Like, I mean, I'm not like hyped up about the Spider-Mans. Like, I don't necessarily feel like I need them. If I catch a W on them, it'd be cool to have them. But like, I don't know. I just think that I think they're kind of lazy, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
I think they could have done way better.
When I heard they were doing another Spider-Man Jordan 1, I didn't have high hopes for it.
Right.
And I feel like with something like that, you can only do it one time. And they did it one time, and they did it one time well with the Miles Moraleses.
Right.
Like, even with the little 3M dots on it,
Mm-hmm.
like, they did it well. Now those comic bubbles on this,
It just doesn't look right. It looks like it doesn't match the sneaker at all. And
right.
I mean, you think about it. You take something like Spider-Man, right? And you're using like a Chicago colorway, color blocking, and it's Spider-Man. There's so many
Right.
things that you could do. There's so many things. Like, you could have spider webs like on it,
Right.
and like a pattern going around a certain portion of the shoe.
And that's what I envisioned.
You know, there's so many things that you could do with that, man. And like, I don't know.
I envisioned a blue and red shoe with like webbing on like the outer portion of the toe box, the heel, the ankle collar, something like that. Some webbing on the side paneling. That's what I envisioned. When I saw those, like, I hate those comic book circles on that shoe.
What are they calling them? Across the Spider-Verse or something like that?
I have no idea. The only thing I know is Spider-Man Jordan 1s. Let me see. But I'm guessing when you type in Spider-Man Jordan 1s, the Miles Morales is pop up.
I got y'all. So this is what is going to be dropping. Now, I don't necessarily know if these are going to be dropping on the Sneakers app. I kind of feel like these may be like when they do like those tier 0 kind of releases
Those
or
are
something.
terrible.
Yeah, I'm just not really a fan of them. To me it doesn't. And I honestly, maybe it ties into the movie in a way that we're not aware of yet or something. So I'll kind of leave it at that. And is that patent leather on it?
Right, I don't know, but his slouch socks are making me even angrier.
but doesn't it look like patent leather up here?
It is.
Shininess.
It is. Oh yeah, the first Spider-Man Jordan 1s, they were mids.
I don't know. If I take an L on them, I ain't gonna be mad about it. I'll try to get them. You know what I mean? Just to have them in the collection. But it doesn't wow me. I gotta save money for holiday 2023 and all the 7,000 releases coming out for those 2 months.
Okay, so go to Google and type in Spider-Man Jordan 1. Height, because what I'm looking at now was what I was expecting.
Are you talking about the mock-up?
I don't know. It's got to be a mock-up.
Hold on, let's take more of a detailed look at this real quick.
Let's not. let's not even go down that road. Oh my gosh.
And look, you see how there's suede right here, and then it's leather right here. That's weird.
I was gonna say I've never seen a Jordan 1 with the stitching like that on the outside of the toe box.
They literally change materials going around the front toe cap.
Transition from ugly to uglier.
And like, bro, I swear that's patent leather up here around the
Yeah,
ankle.
it is. It's patent leather. And the swoosh is patent leather too.
Yeah, I mean, I would have almost rather them did another Spider-Man on a different silhouette if you were too worried about it being too close to the originals, or
Right.
you know what I
Give
mean?
me a Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, right? Give me a Spider-Man 4. Like I just don't understand why they
Like the
need
Spider-Man would look good on a 4. They're pimping 4s this year anyway.
right. Make it a holiday 2023 release and call it a day. Like the bubble thing throws me off.
Super said it's all of Spider-Man's uniforms put together. Oh, the different Spider-Mans. It's all their uniforms put together.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like a collage.
And the if you look at the heel counter on the back, it's 3 different patterns on the back as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, this isn't good. And I want to like it. Like I want to like it.
That's terrible. I like the box, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be a special box. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a limited special box to certain areas.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of feel like people are still going to buy it, but
E. De Niro said they copping, they fire. I hope you get them. That's what I'm gonna say. I hope you get them.
The fact of the matter is like, dude, it's a Chicago colorway.
Yeah,
It's gonna sell.
That's not. No, that's not even a Chicago colorway. It's not.
It kind of is, dude.
It's not. It's not.
It kind of is. It kind of is. I don't like it.
It's disrespectful to a Chicago. That's what that is.
Dude. I mean, I think me and you could have came up with a better Air Jordan 1 Spider-Man. Or like I said, use a different silhouette, a 4, even a 3, or a 6. A 6 would have been dope. You know what I mean? Kind of play off the Carmine vibe on it or whatever.
Yeah. Because I mean, so the Miles Morales was a Chicago. They could do the Miles Morales. They could have done the Miles Morales costume on the Spider-Man on this Jordan 1. Because that's what the mock-up was that I was looking at that I said I liked better. It was the Miles Morales suit.
Every time I click on the mock-up, it transitions back to what it really is now. Like it'll show like what the mock-up was, and then when I click onto it, it's.
If you go to hypebeast.com, they got it. They got it fixed.
All right, give me a second.
Like this is so much better. Yeah, let me see if I can
Are you talking about the one that it has like the white swoosh?
Yeah. It's so much better. Because the black is for the majority of his suit. Yes, that one right there. The swoosh would be for his eyes. That's so much better.
I would have rather had that, yeah.
Yes.
And I would, and honestly, if it was this, I'd be like, yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's webbing in the side panel. That's what I was saying. Like, that makes a lot more sense. That other one is just hard to look at.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a must cop. I mean, if you can get it or whatever, it's gonna be a tough. I mean, honestly, like I'm keeping it real. Like it's not gonna be an easy cop. Like getting the one that they're.
Right. Now um watch June 2nd. The shoes actually come out, and I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, those aren't bad."
Sorry, I clipped myself for a second. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, like it's not gonna be easy to get the Spider-Man. Like it's gonna be tough, but I don't think you need it. You know.
Yeah, KB Kicks. We were just talking about that. He said, "Did anybody see the trailer for the new Nike movie Air?"
I didn't watch it yet. I kind of want to see because from what I understand, they're gonna have a Super Bowl ad and an extended trailer, and I kind of want to just hold off for that and see what that's like.
Somebody said the other Spider-Man shoes is supposed to be like it's supposed to be the universe blowing up. It looked like it.
Yeah.
It looked like the universe blew up and crapped all over that Jordan 1. And in the worst way.
Shout out to
Oh,
Tyler Cero, man. What's up, my guy? He said they should web the swoosh too, but that occupied looks way better. Hmm. I'm just not. I just. I
Reach
don't know.
said the air trailer looks like a 7 out of 10. I agree with you. Like from what I've seen from the clips, it does look like a 7 out of 10. Um, that's why, like I was talking with James earlier, that's why I don't know if I want to go to the movies and pay $20 to go see it, or if I just want to wait till it drops on my Amazon Prime account that I pay. I don't even remember how much I pay monthly for, like $9 monthly.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
I don't even know how much it costs because like I got it. You get it if you have Prime, you get it for free or whatever.
that's true. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I do have Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your average sneaker guy says he's pulling up after he eats. Just come on here and eat like homegrown. I'm sure he got a. I'm sure he got
Yeah,
a
that was a
packet.
while ago because he saw me eating and he was like, "Man," like when he said that, he immediately said, "Man, he up here eating again,
I'm
huh?"
sure. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna bust out dessert here any minute. I know he got a box of honey buns behind that chair.
Man, I ate my honey buns, man.
Did you?
That's why I looked to the side to see what kind of snack I had because I was thinking about a snack in my mind.
This man eating again. We're gonna keep count on how many times he eat this stream. uh, but yeah, Tyrone Carter or Tyrone Turner. Me on release day. I can't believe I took another L.
You talking about the Spider-Mans? He said, and he's gonna be like, he don't like them, and then come release day, I can't believe I took a L.
When are those supposed to drop?
What? That one page said June 2nd.
Okay.
Or whatever, whenever the movie is supposed to release. They let me see. Let me see what. Yeah, June 2nd. Oh, no, I take that back. The movie is supposed to drop June 2nd. So somewhere around the month of July to June is when the shoe should drop.
Tyler said he's chilling. Hope I feel better. I hurt my back sleeping.
Uh
I actually work with Tyler. And so I made it through most of my shift today. But
no, you wasn't sleeping, but you was on your back.
I hurt my back, bro. And I
You got
woke
that
up.
work put in
Listen,
on you.
I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and I was in like excruciating pain. And like I couldn't get out of bed. Like I couldn't lift myself up. Like if you see me wince or whatever, it's because like even sitting here like this hurts. I don't know what I did, man. I didn't do any strenuous work or anything. I think I just slept on it wrong, and like now I'm paying like the price for it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. The mattress ain't made for them moves.
Well, I'm getting older now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got to be more careful. But
Right.
But yeah.
Mm.
And then tomorrow I have to get up and we're supposed to go look at a wedding venue, so I'm gonna have to like walk around and stuff and like.
Like, babe, let's try something. Let's try something new tonight. All right, cool. What's the worst that could happen? All right, my back.
But yeah, man. So, but how you feeling about these? How you feeling about that? All moment in your fives though.
I'm on year 5. The mock-ups.
Yeah,
I like
just
the mock-ups. I don't know if I love the mock-ups, but I like the mock-ups. I like the mock-ups enough to where I can build some excitement. But if anything over the last 2-ish releases will show us that what you see in the mock-ups is probably not what you're gonna get. And you might not even get the shoe period. Because the 4s were different than the mock-ups, and the 12s were different from the mock-ups, and we still haven't gotten the 12s yet either. So
those are supposed to drop next month.
Right. And then they're talking about a holiday release for the 5s. I don't know. Like, if they do a holiday release for these 5s, I think they're doing too much. I like the 5s. Don't get me wrong. If they drop them, I won't be mad, but I feel like they'll be doing too much. I feel like it's going to be too much back to back. And the sale pair, I get kind of like a Ma Maniere Jordan 1 vibe from the sale pair. Like they might go in that direction, and I hope they don't. I hope they don't, because they did it with the 2 as well. They did the crack leather with the 2. I really hope they don't do that with the 5 if they go in that sale direction.
Out of the 2, like I said, I know this is just a mock-up. It's probably not going to look like this because they always get the Jordan All Moment Year collabs wrong. Like
wrong, yes, 100% wrong.
Like super wrong. But there may be some truth to having a sale on a black pair or whatever, just how it's going to be constructed.
Right.
I would probably be more inclined to go for the sale pair.
Right. And then what's going on with this like 2-pair release now?
I don't know. We're getting the 12s next month. There's the white and burgundy, and then there's the burgundy and black.
Rick said, "What you think about them 3s?"
The Reimagined 3s? The Reimagined 3s are a must cop. Pay resale if I have to.
You know what? I wasn't hype on the shoe, on the 3s. I'm still not hype on the 3s, but my thought process, I don't know what happened. I might have gone to sleep and got hit in the head by the 3 fairy. Because I was in the mind frame of I don't have to have them, if they pass, whatever, okay. But now I'm more so along the lines of I've come off that fence a little bit, and I'm like, I think I want them. Like I really think I want those. And then I started thinking about seeing older shoe tube videos where like their 3s like that were yellowing, and the aging looked so good on that pair. Just, that pair in particular, it just looked so good. I was like, I might get them.
I think it's special. I think it's a special release. And it may not be everybody's favorite silhouette. It may not be everybody's favorite colorway for an Air Jordan 3. these joints are fire. And I'm copping no matter what. Like, they did a really good job with that. Some of these sneakers that they're talking about reimagining, like how we're supposed to get the Air Jordan 1 Royals for holiday 2023.
No.
Some of those, like, sort of ones that they say that we're getting in a reimagined, I kind of always wonder how they're going to do them. I think that they hit it out of the park with the Lost and Found Jordan 1 Chicago's, and I think that they killed it with these reimagined threes.
I heard
These
of
these two right here, especially the Chicago, the backstory, all that with that, it was phenomenal. This one right here
yes.
has the
Yeah.
same kind of, age look to it. They got
Right.
the yellowed Nike back tab, and it has the aged midsole or whatever on it. It's clean. It's super super clean, and I think it's gonna be very tough to cop for
I'm
retail.
glad I'm glad you brought up the Royals because that's what it was that I was trying to remember that I wanted to discuss with you and bring up. I heard a rumor that the Royals, the reimagined Royals, are going to be suede.
That's what the rumor is. Is that it's
And I no, 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 no. Unless but I can't maybe if they did like the UNC kind of treatment to it, the UNC Jordan ones,
yeah.
maybe, but still, like even if they did that, I'd rather go back and pay 380, 400 for a 2017 pair of Royals and just deal with the glitter and clean my shoes every time I wear them. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why it would be suede, right? That doesn't make no sense.
yeah,
Like, make the shoe the proper way or don't make it. Like, nobody really want not listen. I know somebody's gonna remember I said this, and then when they come out and I'm like, "Yo, these are fire," they're gonna be like, "Oh, but you said," just because they might be able to do a good job on something, that doesn't necessarily mean that they should make it like that. Like how they're giving us
right,
the satin breads for holiday 20. Everything's coming out holiday 2023. All right, I'm gonna stop saying it. Just know, if I'm talking about a sneaker, it's coming out holiday 2023.
so
Unless I
November
say
and
otherwise,
December are going to be ugly.
it's coming out 2023. But just because they might do a good job, or I might cop it and I might actually like the sneaker or whatever, whenever it finally comes out, I get it in hand. It's, what I mean? That doesn't mean that they should have made it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
we want the leather one. Same thing with the breads. We want the leather one.
right.
You're gonna give they give you everything but the one you want, so that they could keep milking that colorway for everything that it's
But you
got.
know, with the breads, I told you I didn't mind the satin breads because they've done the satin breads before.
Right.
They just did them in a limited number. It was like 500 pairs or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't necessarily mind the satin breads, but I get to the point uh, that you're making. I'd rather have the leather braids. I'd rather have the leather braids.
Right.
Um,
And I'm sure that they'll give them to us in 2025 or 26 or whatever. Um, they just gave us the patent leather breads a year plus ago.
right,
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's still gonna be nice sneakers no matter what. But, like, if you're gonna reimagine, like, how can you reimagine something with materials that the sneaker doesn't have, right? Because
right,
they're like, that's not reimagining, that's reinventing. Like,
right.
it because the Royals didn't
But
release,
I guess that is reimagining. You reimagine what it would look like a different way.
but not the way not the way that the storyline's going with the reimagined series. That's
I
not the
was gonna
case.
say, like, it wouldn't go along with how they started.
Yeah,
Uh,
it
in,
doesn't
in
fit
in
the
that
script.
aspect, yeah, it's left field, but
It's not like they gave us patent leather Chicago Lost and Founds. They gave us leather
yeah,
Chicago.
yeah.
They didn't give us satin Air Jordan 3 white cements.
Well, maybe it's kind of cracked to the point where it feels like suede. Like,
Like I said, I'm gonna we know no one's seen it. No one knows what it's gonna look like. But yeah, they said it's gonna be suede, which I'll be honest with you, like it hurts. Like don't
Yeah,
do that. Please don't do
yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
please don't do that.
Because the Royal wasn't very popular to begin with. When you compared the bread to the Royal always took a back seat, which is why resale is still $400 for a 2017 shoe,
Yeah.
compared to the breads where the resale is
Six,
1,000. Yeah,
6, 8, 1,000. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Kid Reek said, "Threw your whole back out
bruh, it hurts
trying to
so.
do them crazy moves."
Bruh, it hurts so bad.
She said, "Put your leg up."
That might have been the problem. That might have been the problem, but
Nicky Pooh said, "Y'all getting married in some Jordans?"
I don't know. Like I love sneakers and everything, but I'm not one of those people that has to do crazy stuff like that. Like,
Right.
I mean, because the thing is that a lot of my friends can't afford to get Concords, bro. You know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna have Concords, and I don't know. I might
And you
just,
better get them. You better get them some Concords with that YouTube check.
my friend, my YouTube check is nothing.
Yeah.
I could barely afford the 4 for 4 at Wendy's, bro, with my YouTube money. But it would be cool. I don't want to rule it out because we didn't get there yet. I think I've never like gone through the whole planning a wedding thing, and it starts
Right.
tomorrow, right? So I think like once we settle
No,
on a
it's real.
venue, and then we
Right.
know how many people, and then I know how many groomsmen I'm gonna have, and maybe I could do it from there. But like a lot of my friends ain't into sneakers all like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're not sneakerheads. A couple here or there, but like most of them are just they think
Right.
it's stupid to spend all this money on sneakers and stuff. But um,
KB said, I'm a good gift giver. Wedding invite, question mark. He said, JK, my guy, but I do want to send you and your wife a wedding gift.
I appreciate you, man. Shout out to KB Kicks, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Let's see. Kid Reek said, facts. Then KB Kicks said what we were just talking about, where Royals are supposed to be all suede. Um, though they never give us the actual OG, always tweak something, but I don't mind the age look on the threes. They are a must.
Facts.
I can feel you on that one. I can feel you on that.
Bobby Sneaker World. I'm probably the only person looking forward to the suede version. Shout out to Bobby Sneaker World, man. Definitely go check him out on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah,
Let's see.
you might be, bro. You might be the only one really looking forward to it. But Bobby Sneaker World always has like these odd takes, like and shout out to him, man, because sometimes he got me thinking, like with certain things that he says and like his views on stuff. Because there's times where like I'll be damn sure he's about to roast something, and he's like, no, I like these.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So shout out to
Bobby
you,
stopped
bro.
doing heater cheeks, man. Like I used to like to see the little pinch cheeks up on the screen when he do heater cheeks.
Yeah.
Or Kid Reek said like the leather DMP. Sad face. Please don't.
See, I actually like that. I might be the only person looking forward to the leather DMPs. I've had Jordan 11s long enough to know maybe it would be more OG, maybe it would be, I don't know, more nostalgic to have it come out with the mesh. But that mesh is it's so hard to once you
Yeah.
get something on it, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The leather, they do a lot of the leather on the lows, and it's super easy to clean and super easy to maintain.
It looks good on the lows.
Yeah, and I'm all right with it. I actually, Concords and breads and sneakers like that aside, I actually prefer it with the leather. Like
Um,
that's just me though.
I can't say it's bad with the leather. I think just that bright of a white and that much white would take getting used to it being in leather. Um, but I have a pair of 72 and 10s, and the upper is all leather. So, and I don't mind that all leather upper. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see.
I also think it'll be nice leather. I mean, my guess
Yeah,
is
Rick said we all hate that leather upper low key. I'm impartial to it. I don't know if that means I hate it, but I'm impartial to it. Like I don't. It's not gonna like the leather upper is not gonna make me say I gotta have this shoe, but it's not gonna make me pass on it. I think it will be more of a game time type decision where I have to see them in hand before I can actually, you know, give my ideas because that's how it was for the Ma Maniere forwards. Like I know my.
I mean, what's so special about the ballistic mesh outside of the Concords?
The ballistic, it's one of those things, kind of like what can I compare it to? It's like you see something for so long,
Right.
and you're so used to it for. The thing is like we're so used to the ballistic mesh for so many years.
And I could get behind that. Like if they were retro in the Concord and they were putting leather on that, I would be the first one up here telling you it's trash. I would be, but the DMP, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. It's not gonna. And the thing is like, and no matter what they do to it, we're copping, we're buying it, right? It's the Jordan 11
Yeah,
holiday.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
again, but then again, bro, if they're really dropping 700 shoes for holiday 2023, and I know I keep bringing this up because I'm still flabbergasted at what they're doing with this. Maybe the Air Jordan 11 isn't a must cop. It's still for me, but
Yeah. Because I passed on the cherry 11s. I passed on. This will be like the first 11 I passed on in since I've been collecting. Since I've been collecting again since 2016. Because I did go after the Jubilees. I just didn't get them. Um, I was surprised I didn't get the Jubilees.
they're nice.
Um, I went after the Win Like 82s because that a holiday release? Because I know that was like they did the Win Like 82s and the Win Like 96s. I know the Win Like 96s was definitely more closer to Christmas.
The 96s, you talking about the white ones?
No, the 96s were the all red pair.
The all red ones? Yeah, that was a holiday
Yeah,
release.
I did get those, but I didn't get the navy blue and white pair, which was the Win Like 82s.
Yeah.
Um, and then of course I had plethora of breads. Uh, then I got the Concords. I was able to get the Space Jams. Um, that's crazy too. And I got the Space Jams because I got the special newspaper article, the pens. I had people trying to buy them off of me walking out the store. Um, but yeah, I got the cool gray 11s, and yeah, this year I passed on the cherry 11s. Like I passed on.
So the Cherry 11s, right, has the mesh, but people weren't feeling that one, right? Like, I mean, it's still sold out. People bought it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's not what I meant. But like, people are like, oh, I ain't feeling them this year, and what I mean, whatever the opinions might be on that one. But like
What's going on, vlog? Good to see you.
that had everything. But that had everything that you could want on a Jordan 11. It had the mesh. It had, it was another red sneaker that we all need 10 of every year. It was, you know what I mean? It had everything you needed. Like, and I liked it. It was basically a Concord but red. I
What
thought it,
came out around
thought it
that
was
time?
nice. What's up, vlogging? How you doing, bro?
What came out around that time?
Which
Like
time? Holiday?
the cherry 11s. The Lost and Founds dropped.
The Travis Scotts,
Yeah.
Phantoms.
And I think that's why people didn't go as crazy for the cherry 11s because of the Lost and Founds. I think a lot of people were still reeling from the loss of the Lost and Founds and the Phantoms.
There was a lot that dropped.
Yeah.
There was a lot that dropped. I mean, there was quite a few releases that I know that I copped almost everything that was cool. somehow. I'm trying to remember what it all was, but yeah, I mean, this past holiday season was cool. This next one though, man, like I don't know, bro. I don't know
KB said
how.
he just sold his double up on his cool grades for 300. He said it was hard, but his wife is on his backside about his doubles and triples.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
he
Yeah,
messaged
man.
he messaged me yesterday about it. He was like, "Should I do this?" And I was like, low key, I was trying to tell him not to do it, but then again, you know what I mean.
Right.
Some stuff is coming out, so it's like, yeah, do you really need to? Like, I have two cool grays as well. Um,
I got two pairs of breads. I ain't never selling neither one of them. Like somebody would have to offer me some, like somebody for somebody just for me to sell my second pair of breads. Somebody would have to throw a number at me that I can't refuse.
those are what, like five, almost five or something.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I got a double up Travis Scott sixes. I'll sell those. I mean, like for whatever reason, they just don't have. Well, I know the difference between the sixes and the breads. Like that bread has a nostalgic feel for me from when I was a kid, and that Travis Scott six is just a Travis Scott six. But um, what else do I have a double up of? I mean, I have some double ups. I have very few because a lot of them I sold. Shoot, what was it? The top three Jordan 5.
Okay.
Like that was a shoe that everybody laughed at. I've
Mm.
got a double up of the top three Jordan 5. Now they're going for like almost $500. And I'm like, what happened here? I had a quadruple up of the reverse Bel Air fives. That was a mistake. I ended up with 6 pairs of reverse Bel Air fives. And let me tell you, I was crying on the inside. I tried to be brave on the outside, but I was crying on the inside.
I feel like a lot of them sneakers are gonna get pushed back.
Oh yeah, you know they are. They're
There's
either
no,
going to get pushed forward or pushed back.
there's no way. There's no
Because
way.
then you got the Thunders. I mean,
There's no way. There's no way. It's just I don't see how they can do it.
oh,
I
they
mean,
can do it. It's the question is, can we do it? Can we pay those prices?
yeah, I don't think so. Bro, let's say it was just 20 and it's more than 20. Let's
But
say it was 20, man, and you got them all for retail.
but I mean, maybe it's going to be like a situation where you hit a pinata and all these different types of candies come out, and you just grab what you can, and maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to like toss the shoes out like candy, like here's 10 different options. Get what you can.
Did anybody in the chat hit on the shock drop for the Air Jordan 13 playoffs? And if you did yours ship out yet or did you get them in hand yet?
I haven't seen anybody with the playoff 13s yet.
I know KB was saying that his literally just shipped yesterday, and
I was gonna say normally like the
they
last
dropped like
year
a
or
week
two
ago.
with shock drops, it's taken them a week to ship them out. It's been more closer to release time that they've gotten their shoes. Nikki Poo got hers.
All right. Congrats on
KB
that W,
Kicks,
buddy.
if yours says awaiting pickup still, bro, either they lost those joints or you ain't gonna get them till release day.
Still says awaiting.
Dang. Zen Ling said they got a double of the Dodger dunks and a triple of the military blacks.
Shout out to
That's
Zing Ling.
crazy. Yeah, that's a good cop. That's a good cop.
I got a pair of military blacks right there, and then another one right
We don't
there.
care.
Love you, bro. You have the military. Like, I don't understand how you get mad at me when you got the shoe. I be
Because I
talking about
wanted more than one.
I be talking about the lost and founds. You be like, I don't care,
Because I
bro.
wanted more than one.
Bro, you have them though.
But now I got to go pay resale if I want more than one.
You know what? And listen, we was talking about that, and I what I did want to say is like when we was talking about the movie, y'all might if y'all ain't picked those up yet, man, you might want to get on it before that movie drops.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. You might want to get on that, man.
KB, we don't care.
What he's saying? He's talking about his military blacks.
Yes, he said he got 3 pair of military blacks.
Let me go ahead and shout my guy out. Bow.
military blacks is a great shoe to have.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care how much any other YouTuber, sneaker enthusiast tries to downplay the military blacks. That is an incredible four.
So nice.
For something as simple as that shoe, that's the right way to do a simple shoe. That's going to be the military black is going to be one of those shoes that is going to become a timeless sneaker in Jordan 4s. Yeah.
And
Like
go ahead.
Because I said it before. I said it when those came out. The military black force has the potential to be more than the cement fours. It has the potential to be up there, if not more, looked at than the cement fours.
We just got word that the military blacks will be retroing for holiday 2031, and it will be done in satin. Bro, we need to figure out if we could get jobs with Jordan Brand. Like, how do we get a job there? You have to live in Oregon.
I don't know. You might have to. You might have to be willing to relocate. But nowadays, like Jordan is becoming more open-minded and just reaching beyond just Portland. KB, I don't care. Don't send me no pictures. Don't send me no pictures.
Send it to him, KB. Send it to him.
Please don't.
Send it to me, then I'll send it to him. But also still send it to him so he gets it twice.
And then what else? What else? I mean, hey, you know what? I've got some shoes that are just like, that's crazy. You got them. Shoes with crazy stories attached to them.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, man, like it kind of, I don't know. It's like that. It's like an itch you can't scratch when it comes to not having more than one pair of military black fours and more than one pair of lost and founds. It's like that itch that you can't scratch. It's there. You touch the spot where it itches and you start scratching and it still freaking itches like you're not even touching.
I'm glad I don't have that problem, man.
Yes, you do.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
But honestly, like if it wasn't for like something like the lost and founds, that military black 4, man, probably would have been like my sneaker of the year, dude. Like
Soto P, greetings from Frankfurt, Germany. Shout out to Germany.
We're
worldwide
out here. Worldwide. Soto P. Thanks for pulling up tonight, man. Appreciate you. How's everything going in Germany? What are the releases like over there? Like for example, like are you guys getting the crafts tomorrow, or like I don't know how the releases work over there.
You know, that is interesting to find out how sneaker enthusiasts react to releases over in Germany. You know, I would love to get a few international people on the live and ask them, you know, what's the culture like there? Because Adidas runs the European market.
Soccer and whatnot.
Right. Adidas runs the European market. I remember watching somebody when they were talking about Kanye leaving Adidas, and somebody was arguing the fact that like Adidas is not hurt from Kanye leaving, but the fact of the matter is Adidas is hurt by Kanye leaving. Now, as a company and a well-known brand, no, they're not hurting. But the profit lines at the core point of it, the profit margins, they are hurting because Kanye brought in, I think it was an outstanding number. It was an incredible percentage of Adidas profit margins.
Billions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Adidas can come back. Like
Nah.
they're not gonna go nowhere because like what they've already got established or whatever.
Right. Adidas is Adidas.
Will keep them in business forever, but like they were really popping, like they were really competing with Jordan.
Right. Because before the Yeezys, the only thing Adidas had was the NMDs, and those were those had they weren't falling. They had jumped off a cliff and took a nosedive. Pharrell was able to do a little something, but then he quickly fell off when they put the rugged look on the bottom of the shoe. And you know, we can't speak for what the European market looks like with Adidas. We can only speak what the American market looks like for Adidas.
Yeah.
And in the American market, Adidas doesn't hold ground. Like Adidas does not mean anything. They don't. It's like Adidas is out of touch with the urban market. They are incredibly out of touch with the urban market. And if anybody says, well, you know, that doesn't really matter, it does matter. It does. It absolutely does matter because the urban market is what wears tennis shoes.
I feel like when Yeezy was there, they were competing with Jordan Brand, which is not the easiest thing to do. Like,
right.
Like Jordan has no competition here in America.
Right.
None. No matter who, if it's New Balance, if it's Adidas, if it's, you know, who else is there? Reebok.
Right.
You know, any of those companies, they all do well. They've all made money. They're staples. Like they're, you know what I mean? They're,
but you know,
think about something
they make
like
money because people can't get Jordans.
But it's like McDonald's and like Hardee's. You know what I mean? Hardee's doesn't compete with McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like it's like that. Like, and they don't have anything. Like they didn't have a Jordan. They had Kobe for a little bit. Those sneakers was ugly as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he left and went to Nike, and
right.
the only thing that they had was Kanye. That was like the biggest thing that they ever had in terms of American culture.
Right.
And the fact that they built that up to compete with Jordan, like they could release Yeezys and Jordans at the same time, bro, and like compete with, like they could literally go up against Jordan, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Right.
And I mean, obviously, they had to cut ties with Kanye. They had no choice.
Right.
They had no choice.
And then the
but
thing about it is
they're going to take a hit for that for a very, 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 very long time.
Right. And the thing about it is Nike has two ways to compete against Adidas in the European market.
Right.
Adidas only has Adidas. A lot of people, like from some of the people that I heard in the European market, they say, well, people don't really wear Jordans. Well, if you don't wear Jordans, there's still Nike, and people wear Nike in the European market. Like, it's hard to compete against a two-headed beast.
Right.
So if you don't like Nike, 9 times out of 10, you're going to like something from Jordan. If you don't like anything from Jordan, 9 times out of 10, you're going to like something from Nike. And when it's just Adidas, that's hard to compete with. That's extremely hard to compete with. Like Nike has created, no matter how bad some of their releases might be, they have the leg room. They have the leeway to create a ton of terrible shoes, whereas Adidas has to get it right. They have to get it right in order to compete. But Nike can create a bunch of terrible shoes and still get away with it. So I mean, I just don't. I don't see how, and I don't see how Adidas keeps up this year. I don't see how Adidas can continue moving forward for 2023 and beyond. And another reason why, other than the fact that it's Kanye, another reason why Yeezy was doing so well was because the first 3 months is always downtime for Nike after the holidays. The first 3 months is almost downtime. It was like it's almost as if Nike gives Adidas 3 months to catch up.
Yeah, if they wanted to compete, start busting things out some, in the first quarter of the year, because Jordan Brand really don't even start popping off until March. They
Right.
wait for all of us to get our tax returns, and then they hit us in
Right.
the mouth. You know what I mean? Like, they're strategic with their stuff. But another thing that Nike did, which we don't discuss enough, as far as like the culture, how they were able to even capitalize on, they bought Converse, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
even like, all the people that like are more into like alternative rock or punk style music that were like
Right.
they got, then Nike gets them.
Right.
Rappers like Wiz Khalifa that
Yep.
repopularized the Chuck Taylor, they got
Right.
them. You know what I mean? Like,
And they turned around and made a basketball shoe into a skateboarding shoe. Like,
and we don't talk about that enough because you know what I mean? We're not big Converse people, but like when Nike bought that was a power move. Like,
mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? They just took another demographic and just added. That's why we're seeing them like make women's sneakers, women's exclusives, because in this day and age, like there's really no need to have women and men's sneakers. Like they're the same. The sizes translate. Everything should be unisex. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're still
Right.
gonna have your grade school, your preschool, like toddler, all that. But in this day and age, there's no reason to have a women's exclusive. The only reason to have it, and the only reason that they do have it, is because they are trying to continue to market towards women in order to
Right.
get them
Right.
as buyers, because they got us.
They started down the women's like avenue, but like 2019, and really started rolling into it in 2020. So I mean, it's a smart play. It's a smart play.
I guarantee you guys, if you start a brand new account in the morning and you make it a woman's account, you'll probably hit on these Craft Fours.
That's how I got a lot of pairs. That's how. Let's see, and that's interesting because Soto P said the Jordan 4 crafts are releasing in 6.5 hours there. The Seafoams sold out here on Wednesday, and the sneaker game is down there because many Dunks and Jordans are sitting, but Adidas sneakers are dead without Kanye.
Shout out to Soto P, man.
Right, right, and that's some important information for somebody that's experiencing it from the European market to say that a European brand is dying.
Right.
Can you imagine sitting here on a live and saying Nike is dying?
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. It is. But the thing was, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt only from the standpoint is they didn't know that Kanye was going to go. What did he call it? What was the terminology that he used? I forget his tweet, but like he used the terminology. It was like a war term. But either way, they didn't know that he was going to go all just full blown attacking certain demographics and people. Like they knew he was crazy, but like they didn't know he was going to do that. Like
the thing is,
and they had to cut ties. They had to, and
but
they
see,
didn't.
like the
They didn't
thing
have a backup plan.
Kanye warned them. Like, as crazy and as outlandish as the things that Kanye does, they don't come without warning. They don't come without warning. So nobody can ever say it's a surprise. That's why whenever Kanye drops a tweet, I'm never surprised, because the previous tweet always leads up to the tweet 3 tweets down the line.
Yeah. I love Kanye's music. I wish that he didn't self-destruct and ruin everything that he worked for. I think it's actually one of the saddest things that I've ever like witnessed from a celebrity that started from absolutely nothing, struggled, clawed, grinded, did the impossible in multiple
Right.
levels of entertainment slash fashion. Like when he was talking about starting shoes and starting a clothing line and starting all that, I was looking at him like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
He defied the odds in every which way that you possibly could. He won. He won the game of life. He had his family set up for generational wealth. Every ancestor that would have sprung off of his DNA would have been taken care of for centuries.
But you know the thing is
And he threw it all away.
Kanye was never supposed to be an artist. So many people said no to Kanye as the artist. And because they've got a movie, like they've got a documentary on, I think, like Netflix.
I watched it.
And that was never supposed to happen.
It was
so
incredible.
many people said stick to producing.
It was incredible. It was an incredible documentary.
Yeah.
Even something like that he had the forward-thinking fortitude
to record,
to film everything that he was doing when he was nothing.
Right.
Meant that he wasn't going to stop until he got, like, the fact that he has accomplished what he has accomplished, you'll never probably see something like that again. And I wish he had people in his corner that he listened to, and they could get him to shut up, because he ruined it. I as much as people want to say that Adidas is dying, Kanye is in a bad financial state right now. And can he turn that around? I don't know. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the talent or the ability or the know-how or, the drive to turn it around. He's going to have to shut up. He's got to learn to shut up. You know what I mean? Like, you never see Michael Jordan going out there and saying anything about nothing. When he was playing, Michael actually got a lot of slack because he wasn't backing certain politicians and he wasn't, fighting for this minority group or that one. Like, he just played ball.
Nikki Blue has a point. She said, Kanye wanted out of his contract long before. And that is true. He did ask to be released from Adidas, but they wouldn't. It was something about it that Adidas wouldn't let him go. And I believe they saw he was a cash cow.
But listen, listen, bro. Like, you signed the contracts, and it's not like, like, he signed the contracts. He set it all up, everything in motion. He did everything that he had to do to succeed in that market.
Right.
Right. He agreed to everything that he was getting, and it wasn't like he wasn't making billions off of it.
But I don't think he fully understood what it took at the time, because even when Sway was trying to tell him, he didn't see, like, I believe he knew certain things were possible, but I don't think he knew for certain what it took. Because Sway tried to tell him, and at the time, he looked at Sway like he was crazy.
Right. How, Sway?
Now, 6 years down the line, 6-7 years down the line, he laughs about it and he goes, "Yeah, Sway had the answers."
But that's Kanye, though. He doesn't listen to you in real time.
Right.
He doesn't listen to anybody in real time. He has very destructive traits about his personality that not only damages him, it damages his family. And I love Kanye. Like dude, College Dropout, bro. Every time one of them songs plays, I get transported back to 2004 like a time machine.
To all my people that's drug dealing just to get by, stacking money till it gets high.
and then numerous other songs and stuff like that throughout the whole, the last better part of the last 20 years. He's an incredible visionary.
Right.
But he's insane. And
he was led to believe he had control of his product, but he found out that he couldn't trust Adidas.
The thing is like it's like if let's say you go and you invest in 50 vending machines and you put 50 vending machines in 50 different medical offices where there's doctors, nurses, patients, let's say 50 different hospitals, right? That's your business model, right? It runs itself. Yeezy literally ran itself. He didn't even have to come up with any more designs. They got people for that. He didn't even have to do anything else. It literally was passive income. All he had to do was shut up. That's all he had to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to renegotiate your contract? You think you deserve more money? Work on that from behind the scenes. You never seen when Michael Jordan became Jordan Brand. You didn't see Michael Jordan, talking about he deserves this. He wasn't blasting them in the media. He wasn't attacking Nike. He wasn't doing anything like that. He worked on it, and he had a team of lawyers that he paid in order to negotiate a deal to remain under Nike, his own division. You never heard him say a single word about it until what happened with the Air Jordan 12. And that's how Kanye West should have handled this, because when he put everything out there in plain sight, not only did he come off as crazy, he also came off as ungrateful. Like regular people like me and you that make thousands of dollars a year.
Right.
It's hard to get back behind somebody who's making billions off of something and complaining.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And however he feels slighted, but if you look at every relationship that he had in any kind of business venture, any business model, he doesn't have those relationships anymore. He's not friends with Jay-Z. He's not friends with Adidas. His friends and his family have abandoned him. His wife divorced him. Everything that he does, it works. And then he self-destructs and tears it all down. Maybe this will be one of the greatest comebacks ever. Maybe he'll, restart Yeezy somehow. Maybe it'll work. Maybe he'll calm down. Maybe he'll learn from this. I don't know. But
the people are saying it was never about money. And I honestly believe it wasn't ever about money. I think the way Kanye looked at his dealings with Adidas was the same way he's looked at his struggles to rise to the top in terms of music, where everybody told him he couldn't do it. Everybody told him no. The only person he could rely on was himself and his mother. And with just his self-belief and his mother's belief, like, he did something incredible. And I believe he went into Adidas with that same mindset. Hey, I've finally been able to break into this. This is incredible. I'm expecting certain things out of it, and somewhere along the lines, I don't believe he fully understood what he was getting himself into when he did a deal with Adidas. Now, I've also thrown out the I've played a bit of devil's advocate, because when it comes to Kanye and Adidas, because a lot of people have tried to like absolve Kanye 100% completely of what he should have and shouldn't have done, and what he should have and shouldn't have expected. But my thing is this: if, let's say I make t-shirts, you want t-shirts. I have a huge client base where I can put my t-shirts in stores because I'm already well known. I'm already well established. You want your t-shirts in stores. You come to me and you say, hey, I want to work out a deal with you. I know you've got the reach. I just want you to make my shirts and give me, just give me something. Like, you honestly can't get into that not thinking that I'm not going to want something in return. Because from a big corporate standpoint, the money alone is not just enough. Like, I'm going to want some level of control of what you have if it's popping.
He had
Like,
control. He had
like
it.
I'm allowing you to use my equipment, my machines and things like that.
He got mad about the dumbest stuff, bro. Like, okay, so he got mad at Adidas for selling slides that look like Yeezy slides that weren't Yeezy slides.
Right.
Walmart does the same thing.
Right.
He was, and listen, I can't remember exactly what it was. Was he the richest at one point? Was he the richest black man on the planet? Is that what the term was for him? Like that boundary that when he became billionaire status? Is that what it was? He was.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe because I think he
I
was
can't
making
remember. I can't
I
remember
think he was
exactly.
making more than Jay-Z because I think Jay-Z was no, because Jay-Z just broke into the $1 billion market not too long ago.
So I mean, whatever his like I said, it's self-destructive. It's self-destructive. No matter what he was mad about, all that could have been handled behind the scenes. All of it. I'm sure Jordan has had issues along the years with certain things like that,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
handled it. They got a team of lawyers. They handled it the way it's supposed to be done in a corporate setting.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? And then if you don't get what you want, you wait out your contract and then you move on. You don't
yeah.
destroy the same brand that you can't take with you. Like
Well,
how is he really able how do you think he's really gonna be able to restart that?
I think
He
well,
doesn't
I
have
mean,
doesn't have the
Kanye's
design.
got his fans regardless. Kanye's
Yeah,
got
but
his fans. Like
he doesn't have none of the designs. He's literally gonna be starting at ground zero with nothing.
I mean, he owns maybe like a handful of the designs. Like he doesn't own as many as he thought he did, but
Right.
he owns a handful of those designs. Um, I think like I think what Kanye did is his natural reaction when backed into a corner, and the only person that knew how to reel him in from that was
Was his
his
mom.
mother. Yeah.
Right.
And when he lost his mother, that's when the self destruction began. And I hate it for him. I
Li-
hate it for him.
listen,
It-
that's all well and good, but he's a grown ass man. And at some point you have to take account my dad died 15 years ago. You know what I mean? But
right,
I'm not out yelling racist terms to people that I come across or people that I feel that did me wrong because my dad died. That's not an excuse.
right,
That's an excuse to be sad for an extended period of time, maybe the rest of your life. But that is not an excuse. Like, and so like we're not like for me, and like I said, I like Kanye. I respect his talent. I respect, but like not gonna sit here and just overlook that part because his mom died. A lot of people's mom
right,
died. My friend lost his mom and his dad last year. That happens. That's life. Death is a part of life. But you know what I mean? Like he alienated not only the brand that helped build him, but
oh yeah.
he alienated possible customers or people that did rock with him. So
But he did it with Nike.
even if he got it back up and running, man, and he was doing well, he's not going to ever do as well because some people will never ever support anything that he does ever again, whether it's in music, film, or whether it's sneakers, clothing, anything. He took a massive hit with that. And not only that, but like he's losing money. Like they just had to shut down the Dawn to School because he can't afford it. He's paying Kim Kardashian $200,000 a month in child support forever. You know what I mean? Like, and he lost billions of dollars over only just a couple of months ago. Like, he's dropped from his record labels, which that's not really a big thing. You can produce
Right,
music
you're right.
on your own.
Kanye is his own record label.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, do you really think that these networks, right? These networks owned by, according to him, the people that he was racially profiling are going to support his music videos, his marketing team, any of that stuff. He's going to have to literally do it all on his own, which he'll still make money off the music and he'll still have that to some degree. But like to the superstar, fashion, mogul that he was, I think that's done. I don't think he'll ever be a top because, dude, nobody will support him. Not to that level, not to ultra superstar, you know what I mean? Top of the line.
I think he could. If
Well, I
if
mean,
he
time
if
will
he
tell, but
if he does it and he comes back within a reasonable time, like I honestly think I honestly think he will be received well. And as crazy as it is to say,
yeah.
I honestly think he will be received well.
He'll never be broke like us.
Because I mean, it's just sometimes there are some people that are just able to, they're just born to overcome
Right.
the crappiest of situations. And
But
Kanye has proven time and time again he is that person.
yes, but he's also being looked at as a pariah in the same time. I'm just saying, like, these are things that he's going to have to deal with and overcome, right? I mean, look at somebody, and it's nowhere near the same thing, but somebody like O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson, we look at him today and we like, oh, you're a murderer and you're this and you're that or whatever. But people forget at one time, O.J. Simpson was on top of the world.
What?
And this was way past his playing career. He was in like 3 or 4 commercials for 3 different brands on TV. He was an NFL announcer for every NFL game. I think it was CBS that he was on. He was what was it, Hertz? He was in movies. He was a big time star making big, big, big money. Now this
Well,
man
I
cannot
think
go to certain places because he's considered a pariah.
I think like OJ is different because
It's different, but like
people now I don't even know nobody, to be honest with you. OJ Simpson, nobody cares about OJ Simpson at this point.
not anymore.
Like OJ is,
But 30 years from now, people will say that about Kanye.
not the butt of a joke, but like people joke about the OJ Simpson situation.
People
Like,
joke about the crazy Kanye situation.
mm,
I'm just saying, he don't listen to nobody, man. And he has a very like, he needs help, bro. And like, I don't mean to say that just because everybody says it, but like, it's true. It's
well, no,
not,
he's admitted to needing help. Like
it
he's
is
admitted
not,
to it.
it is not normal to self-destruct everything that you build every time you build it. It's not normal. It's definitely some kind of mental illness.
Right.
He has some kind of issue.
Well,
that
he talked about that in the documentary, like in the ending half of the documentary. Like he's very well aware of it, and he knows the problems that it's creating and that comes along with it. So, like, oddly enough, he's self-aware. Like he's very self-aware.
He's not self-aware enough, and he don't have nobody. He has nobody that could shake him and tell him to shut up and do right. You know what I mean? Like, and it's honestly one of the saddest things I've ever
I
seen.
think people have tried. I think he's just.
I'm sure, but he don't listen. He doesn't listen, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's one, like I said, it's just one of the saddest things that I've ever witnessed. Most geniuses and most artistic people who like to create do have some form of craziness to them, right? Like, a lot of times, like, they're very arrogant. It is, especially if they're successful, right?
Right. A lot of great geniuses and a lot of great people in history have been self-destructive.
But he's got to get help. He's got to get help.
Vincent Van Gogh.
Veer off.
Yeah, a lot of them are self-destructive. Jimi Hendrix.
No, that was an accident, but yeah.
He was consistently on drugs and stuff like that though.
Yeah.
Like he had a drug problem.
Right.
Uh,
Elvis. You can go
yeah.
on and on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elvis was extremely self-destructive.
Kurt Cobain shot himself in the face. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So I mean,
But like I said,
Kanye is just that one of our generation.
yeah, he's got to get help, man. That's all I'm saying. But no matter what, like I said, I just don't think it'll be the same. I don't think it'll be the same. He'll never be at the pinnacle. He won't be able to stand on top of the world like he could have, like he was.
Maybe,
And,
well, I mean, and that is partially true because as time goes, artists fade. Like artists have a short window.
right. But he could have literally just coasted.
The only people that I knew transcended that short window were like artists from the 70s and 80s, like Michael Jackson, James Brown, Elvis Presley,
the Beatles.
Yeah. Paul McCartney with the Beatles, Elton John, Cher, Diana Ross, people like that, Whitney Houston, like.
But as big as he or anybody you can name, he was at that level, and maybe even arguably bigger and more successful.
Well, I mean, if they were on the same playing field, maybe, because like if it's those kind of debates are always hard because of like the time differences. Because a lot of
could you imagine if Michael Jordan could rap and make beats? How big he he would be. Think about that. Like Kanye had that plus the sneakers.
Because Kobe tried to do
it. You know what I mean? Like, but like Kanye had, because Kanye was, is a musician, is a songwriter, is a wonderful producer. He's plugged into the culture, and then he's selling to the culture. And see, and that's just the thing too, is like,
there's nobody you can compare in this day and age,
right,
to Kanye. Just like there was nobody that you could compare to Michael Jackson.
Right.
So like when you try to do those are literally once in a generational situation. So it's kind of hard to like.
But if you look at the pattern and look at the track record, Michael Jackson could literally do almost anything, bro.
Yeah. Michael Jackson was self-destructive too.
And he got chance after chance after chance after chance until the chances ran out.
Yeah, he was very self-destructive. So I mean,
Michael Jackson has sold more records than any other human being to ever walk this planet. And he, for a while there, well, there's a little about, well, it's Michael. Until 2 or 3 times later, we let Kanye self-destruct a couple of times, and then, I mean, it is what it is. I hope the best for him. I hope he gets his life together. I hope he finds happiness more than anything else.
Right.
And we'll take it like with a grain of salt. But it's just one of the saddest things I've ever seen, and more people don't really talk about it or even take that into consideration. Think about everything that you worked for, and you just throw it away.
Well, I mean, that's where we're headed in today's world. We hear something, it's terrible, and we push forward. Yeah. I don't know, but Adidas on the shoe side of things, Adidas is dying. Nike is going to be the undisputed king of sales and shoes and things like that. And it's crazy because for a good 4 to 5 years, there was a serious debate on whether or not like Adidas could give Nike a run for its money. One thing bothers me about how bad or how out of touch Adidas is. Like when you look at the collabs that Adidas does, they get so many great collabs, like Star Wars, different cartoons, different shows and things like that, and they just muck it up every single time.
I'm not the biggest Adidas guy, right? But I keep one of these things clean all the time. Brand new pair every time.
No! Oh my God, not the turtle shell. Not the turtle shell toe.
I keep one of these things on me, man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you get locked out of the house, you can always kick your way back in. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't really got a lot, man. They don't, we're never at the forefront of sneakers like that, you know?
And I
Not
really want to like Adidas brand shoes, but it's so hard. They make it so hard.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like I can't get down with the superstars. I'm sorry. I don't care how many times Run DMC jumped on stage without the laces and my Adidas. I don't care. They're gonna stay your Adidas because I don't want them. The NMDs, I tried to get into the NMDs, but the hype was so big you couldn't get a pair. So it was kind of like the Jordan effect, where it was like eventually you stopped caring. And then they fell off, and when they fell off, like nobody really wanted them. Like, because the only reason I wanted them was because people were going crazy, and I wanted to see what the hype was about the NMDs, and then it got to a point where I was like, I don't really care anymore. But what else do they have other than the superstars, the Stan Smiths, and the NMDs? Like, what do they have?
Nothing for our culture.
Right.
You know? And you know what? That's okay. Like they maybe they do better in the soccer field, and you know what I mean, and like that type of thing. Like, because I mean, let's just face it, like soccer is never really gonna be popular here all like that.
Right.
People like it. I
Right.
mean, don't get me wrong, like,
Right.
but it's never gonna be the NFL or the
Right.
MLB or the NHL or that's more celebrated across the world in Europe and stuff like that. But
Right.
like,
And at one point in time, they had the NFL, but Nike said nope.
yeah, Nike took over. They currently have the NHL, like they make the jerseys for the NHL.
Yeah.
But I buy them. They're garbage. Like I buy the expensive one, like the authentic, like the
Yeah.
$250, $300 one.
Right.
The
Right.
sizing is all weird on them, right? Like because
The NHL jerseys.
yeah, so I'll buy like a large, which I think their large is. I think it's like 50, like size 50 for like the authentic. They're like 3 times the size of me. But like that's not how they always been no matter who made them.
Right.
So you have to buy like I literally have to buy like it's like a 46 and it's a small. So like everybody that originally bought their jerseys was upset because the sizing's all wrong. The quality, like the quality control's terrible on them. So this is the last year. I think Nike's taking over the NHL too next year.
That's interesting. When I had never bought a jersey until Nike took over. So hold on.
Like see
I have to I gotta correct you, Nitro. Soccer is not the most popular sport in American history. But it is American football. American football is 74.5%. Then it's basketball at 56.6%. Baseball is 50.5. Boxing is 23.4. Hockey is 22.1. Soccer is 21.6. Golf is 19.9, and then wrestling is 16.7. So you my guy, but it's kind of hard to dispute football as the American sport.
Yeah, especially because on Sunday, all these companies will be paying $30 million for 30 seconds
right,
roll an ad during the Super Bowl.
right.
It's the biggest stage is the Super Bowl in America.
Top 5 popular sports in the United States. I don't even have to click on the full article. Number 1 is football, NFL, with more than 9 million active participants and 112 million TV viewers. So, yeah, it's football, basketball, and then soccer is thrown in there at third. So, yeah.
But that's okay. I mean,
Right.
that's the difference in the culture from America to Europe or wherever they're
Right.
playing soccer. But soccer is more world. See, the NFL has been trying to break into,
Right.
so they'll go over and play games over in London and stuff
They're
like
supposed
that.
to have a game in Germany this year.
Yeah, so they're trying to break into that market, but in America, football is king. Like,
Right.
but soccer is worldwide. Like, that's the most popular sport everywhere else but here.
Right. Right. Right.
So
now, I'm starting to get into soccer, especially given my state has a team and we won like tons of championships, so that helps. So especially for a young team, so yeah, I'm starting to get into it.
yeah.
There's like soccer has songs made just for World Cup and gets made around the world. Yeah, I mean that's true, but um, it's not the biggest sport in the U.S. Like it's it's the biggest worldwide sport. You can make that argument for it being the biggest worldwide sport, but uh, when you isolate the markets to the European market and the North American market and things like that, football is king here. So now Europe, it might be a different story. Of course, soccer is more than likely the top watch sport in Europe, but I have to look that one up, but yeah, nobody's doubting the relevance of soccer,
Yeah.
But yeah, we can. That's been a good talk tonight. We can leave it at where will Adidas go from here? Like, what do you think the next move for Adidas will be? Can they come back? Their biggest signing this year is Jenna Ortega. Like, if you're trying to compete in the American market, Jenna Ortega is not gonna get it done. Now the Latin community, I can see that. Especially with Bad Bunny, he's doing pretty good. He ain't pulling nowhere near Kanye numbers, but he's doing pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
he's like Nike signing Kyrie Irving when the Kyries came out. Like, that's the equivalent. Or maybe like because D Wade was doing terrible. Or maybe like a Derrick Rose. Maybe that. Like somebody low tier that Nike signed. Big in basketball, but low tier as far as shoe sales.
Yeah. I mean, even like KD who's probably arguably the best player in the NBA right now, doesn't really move sneakers. You know?
Right. Right.
And Kobe, before he died, his sneakers really didn't sell like that.
LeBron James is barely moving sneakers.
LeBron James is, I mean, and that's just the thing, is like, he's the biggest star that we've
Right.
seen in the league,
Right.
the time that he's been in the league, and it still doesn't compete with Jordan.
LeBron is bigger than Luka. And Luka is big. Luka's shoes don't even move.
Nope. There's nothing special about them. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not just a slight to shoes, and I'm sure, they're nice shoes. They're not special shoes. You know what I mean?
Zion can't even really move shoes. Like,
but Nike has them all, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
They have every star.
Right.
They have every star. So even if they don't,
well, they don't have Trae Young. Trae Young went with Adidas, which I think is a terrible move.
All right, I mean,
hey, now don't slight Trae, because Trae bombing.
I'm not saying anything against them. It's just, but Nike got everyone. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be Team Nike. Everybody wants to be Team Jordan.
I wonder what happened with Trae Young and not going with Nike. I wonder what happened there.
It was probably money.
Yeah, Adidas probably offered him more money, but those
money.
Those Trae Young Adidas is ugly.
I mean, hey, that's he'll sign with Nike later down the line. They all do. They all come back, baby. They all come back. You know what I'm saying? They all come back.
Steph Curry, Under Armour gave him some crappy shoes. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, Under Armour shoes really ain't that great either, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good for what they're intended for, but
I wonder what happened with did Nike even offer Steph Curry a deal?
I don't know. I'm sure they did. I mean, to think that Nike wouldn't want Steph Curry,
right?
And it's not like they can't afford Steph Curry,
And
so.
I could only look at it as saying, okay, I'm Zeus or Jesus or somebody, and I'm just like, I know everybody want to be on my side. Everybody want to be with me. And then I just ask you, hey, I'm not going to give you a lot, but I'm going to put you out there. Like, you're going to get the same love that I get just because you're next to me. And you just say, nah, I'm good. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see how good you really are then. Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's hard to compete with Nike. Even Nike has a hard time competing with Nike.
Right. Nike's a juggernaut. Whether people want to admit it or not, Nike is king. They're a juggernaut.
They ain't going nowhere, and they just keep like I said, they're going to be taking over the NHL. They got the NBA on lock. They got the NFL on lock. Like, they make the jerseys for the teams. Like, you know what I mean? They have they have players like Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott be wearing Concord 11 spikes. And
Nitro said they misspelled Steph Curry's name in the sales pitch. I mean, everybody gets their name spelled or pronounced wrong. Because I think Steph Curry's name is not Steph, it's Stephen.
Yeah.
Like, who spells Stephen on a regular? I'm pretty sure there's been plenty of names that a lot of people have gotten wrong, but if your biggest grudge is because they got it's not that obscure or that unusual, but it's not that common either. But if your biggest gripe is somebody got your name wrong and they're clearly looking to hand you money and give you an opportunity when they're good without giving you an opportunity, then I mean, at that point it's whatever.
You can pronounce my name wrong all you want as long as it's spelled correctly on that check. I don't care.
Right. Exactly. When you putting my name out there and you getting me that TV time, because Nike runs TV time. I remember watching that And One documentary. And and one talking about going up against Nike. When and one had the commercial about the handle, like how the players handle the ball and all of that to get their names out there, and Nike came out with that basketball commercial where they were making a beat with the ball. I remember that commercial vividly.
I remember it too.
The guy from And One said, I just remember being like, holy, how are we going to come back from this? Like, I remember that commercial like it was yesterday. Like, so if you're offering me an opportunity to be a part of that, when not even big names can take you down, and you got an answer for even up and comers to let them know, hey man, like, I see you, but I'm not gonna let you do what you think you're gonna do, and actually stop them, put foots in them. Yeah, I don't care. Spell my name wrong during the presentation.
But that's just the thing too, is like, you really don't see Nike commercials because they don't really need them. But whenever they need them, they use them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like whether
Right.
like if they want to destroy whatever you got going on, they could do that.
Right.
They're
They absolutely could. Absolutely could.
You know what I mean? Like they got money, like money.
Right.
Like money.
And just to think, it all started out with a waffle machine, a waffle maker.
I really want to see that movie. I really want to see that movie.
Right. That's what I thought about when I saw the previews. I was like, are they going to show how they made the first Nikes with a waffle maker?
Yeah.
And they got the waffle maker sitting somewhere in some museum or maybe in Oregon or something like that. But the thing, like, they started out with just a waffle maker, and now they're at the point where they can destroy people. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Well, I think we're going to leave it there for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for stopping through. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you guys. Make sure that you go follow Homegrown Kicks on Instagram and Homegrown _Kicks on Instagram, and then Homegrown Kicks on YouTube. We do it every Friday. Look forward to doing it. I always have a great time. Discussions are always good. And we'll see you next week. I appreciate you. Thanks, Homegrown. I'll catch you